Well, how did we get here? You know, sometimes you just wonder how we ended up in this situation we're in. And EA have responded to the Haaland Winter Wildcard drama that if you've not been familiar with what's going on, we have a Team of the Year messy situation going on right now. Probably not to the same level, and we'll talk about that, but there was a glitch pack today that most of the people did not get, and if you got Haaland, congratulations, and if you didn't, then, you know, shove one of these up your bleep. We can't say that in the first 30 seconds. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to MMOXP.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. That's basically what EA's tweet's probably going to say when they did tweet something today about this glitch, so it's definitely confirmed to be a mess up, and we'll get into that. And yeah, I mean, just, I don't know what to say. If you guys saw my second channel, we talked about it a little bit, but we've got more to discuss now. There is some other news out there. We've got some like evolution news, some evolution leaks, I believe we've also got, and also some confirmed stats on some SBCs too, but I think for the most part, there's not really much. We got numero FUT today, as you guys saw. We're gonna kind of speed through this here because we got drama to talk about. Pedro Neto came out, and hey, I like this. I'm not gonna say much positive today, so I like this. I like the two different versions, you know. I think the finesse shot one's definitely better, but you can pick, and I like that. Okay, on to the negatives now. No, not quite yet. We got Kleber today. Okay, this Kleber evolution, which is kind of cool. Remember Kleber? I do, and he was a beast. And I have this Mendy card that can fit into this. And look at this Mendy card, by the way. This is a card that they gave center back to. He can now play center back as well, and that is a crazy card. Thanks, EA, for that. I did not pay for this Mendy at all, so that's a nice little gift there. But okay, let's get into it. If you missed it earlier today, there was a mess up with Erling Haaland. It seems weekly play completionist packs are giving Erling Haaland. And if you want to know what this pack is, it's this one right here. Right here, the Season 4 weekly play completionist, which gave a winter wildcard or a hero guarantee. Post 6 p.m. content, this was like a 75+% chance at Erling Haaland, to a point where it was just ridiculous, right? Word started spreading, people started opening, and it was true. Haaland was popping out all the time. And the thing was, if you happen to just have done this objective earlier in the week, there was no way to take advantage of this glitch, right? It just somehow post 6 p.m. content ended up becoming glitched with pack weight. I mean, that was all that happened here. At least that's what it seems like on the outside looking in. And it was this way for about an hour. It was about an hour today where this was going on. And then we got the dreaded EA tweet, which was 2 hours later, but the glitch stopped working about an hour in, I believe. We have recently resolved an issue, quote unquote, with the winter wildcard / hero guarantee untradeable pack in the Season 4 weekly play completionist objective. Impacted players will be messaged in the coming days. Okay, what does that mean? Because does that mean if you got Erling Haaland, you're now subject to compensation? Call JG Wentworth 877 cash now. Is that what that means, or what exactly is going on here? Some expected that it might mean that if you didn't pack Haaland, you will be messaged in game in the coming days. I don't think that's what that means, honestly. I think this means that yes, if you got Haaland and you opened this pack during that time, there's a chance that you will get another one. Yeah, there is a chance. Don't rule it out. But I'm assuming we're gonna follow up to this post as well. We did that with the messy situation. There was a follow-up post to their first tweet that was like resolved an issue, right? They got community noted. Don't forget that as well. I've seen some say they're going to get rid of their Haaland. They're not going to do that. It's going to be one of those situations again, just like Messi, where it was, if you got him, congratulations. If you didn't, fuck you. That's what it's going to be here. And all it does for them is create more FOMO. It just creates more, hey, there could be a crazy glitch at 6 p.m. content time later. You better hop on literally every single day just in case, because you never know what you could miss. And you might need to save packs even. And yeah, I mean, I think this also proves, by the way, that the Ronaldinho glitch from earlier in this game, I think that is now confirmed to have been a glitch. That was a debate kind of going on around that time. And now that we're at this point here, the biggest question, obviously, on most people's minds is this a mistake, or is this stuff on purpose at this point? Because it's happening so often. And I went into detail more about this on the second channel, like just this topic specifically. But long story short, or as short as I can make it, basically, we have two ends of the spectrum here. We have one end of the spectrum that is gross incompetence, negligence beyond belief. I mean, it's just shocking stuff. Or we have insane manipulation, FOMO creation, shitty, scummy, predatory behavior, you know, whatever adjective you want to throw in there, right? You pick, guys. guys. Sit back for a sec. It's one of them, okay? It's one of them, unless somebody can help me see a different side to this, but it's one of those, and you get to pick. That's the best part about it. Believe whatever you'd like to believe. There's really just, there's no proof to know either way. It's just kind of hunch, and I think that my hunch actually does suggest that this may be on purpose, which sounds insane. I know that, but honestly, that is my hunch. And yes, if you're a debate nerd, Haaland's razor, okay, we've gone over that on the channel before too, and you can, if you want to believe that, you totally can, but it just does make you wonder what on earth is going on in the back end of this game if this was an accident, right? Because if you have the pack before 6 p.m. content time, it was normal. Post 6 p.m. content, just this card's randomly popping out. What are the chances that one singular card is popping out that is a very, very good one, by the way? What are the chances that that's the one that's popping out the most often? Like, that part too is pretty crazy. It makes you wonder, how often does this stuff happen with lower cards? Because you just expect to pack those lower cards. How often does this happen with maybe a, say, hypothetically, an 85 rated card in a promo team, right? How often does that glitch happen? But we just don't know it's a glitch because you expect to pack shit. So just, it raises so many questions on the inner workings of the game, how content time can just strike 12 p.m., which is my time, and then all of a sudden, a random pack in the store is giving out the best player. I mean, it just makes you scratch your head and say, how can this stuff be possible without some sort of back-end manipulation happening intentionally, right? You almost have to think it's that way, considering you end up with the best card every time. Post Messi, this was not really a thing. Or I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Pre-Messi team of the year, this really wasn't a thing, right? Somehow post Messi team of the year, this has been a thing like 4 or 5 times. You might say we're better at noticing that now. We wouldn't have noticed it before that. I don't necessarily believe that myself, but I could maybe get behind that we're looking for it more, so you end up seeing it more. But I don't really even know what exactly to make of all this information that we've got at this point. My conclusion that I'm reaching, I think where most of us are reaching right now, is such an asinine conclusion that you second guess yourself. You're almost getting gaslit by your own brain, like, hey, no, that can't be it. It must be pure incompetence. It must be an insane level of, okay, hey, we don't know what's going on in our game. We just simply have no fucking clue. Or the inverse, which is also equally as terrifying. It's like the Fermi paradox. We're either alone or it's full of life. Either situation, equally fucking terrifying, okay? I don't know which one to pick. But to wrap up the convo, I want to say, if you got Haaland, congratulations. The problem is never people getting a great card. That's not the problem. Most people probably know that by now, but I want to preface that the problem is not to do with the people. Like, I'm glad you all got Haaland. I want people to get more great cards. It's obviously the fairness, the principle, the everything else that goes behind it that is the actual problem, and it's, you know, from EA. And also, it shouldn't be quite as bad as the, you know, as some other situations, considering this pack wasn't easily obtainable and most people had opened it by now. So you shouldn't see Haaland in every champs game this weekend. I would doubt it. I would doubt it was a crazy amount of people that got it. I think that it mostly was just a, hey, if you happen to have this pack, it was like a guarantee. But I mean, we know this by now, but fairness doesn't exist in this game, guys. It doesn't exist. Not that it's ever been fair, but you know what I mean now. I mean, the illusion of fairness is utterly, completely wiped off the table here. And of course, let me know what you guys all think in the comments too about why it happens, how it happens. I mean, I want to hear everything you have to say about it, because I'm just, at a certain point, you end up with, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, you end up with a point of almost confusion how ridiculous it all is. Okay, we got a FUT Agent leak, because we, of course, do. FUT Agent is telling you that your player will receive Trickster Plus if you use him in one of the next Evos, apparently. It goes from 0 to 1, and you can also use a 1 playstyle plus player in it to get other boosts, it looks like there. And once again, we are still, you know, we had a numero FUT problem going into today, and this problem continues where 2 playstyle plus cards are basically just locked to Winter Wild cards and locked to the market. There's no way to get them without spending, you know, a pretty good amount of coins. And we'll talk about that more in just one sec, but FUT Agent also responded to people who were trying to see if their Evo fit. A lot of the best attackers, like attacking Evo cards, 85, 86, I saw Rashford's, Yamal's, none of them basically fit in this Trickster Plus Evo, so I would guess it's probably not going to be super duper inclusive, or it could even be like attackers. It could be something else, so we'll see, but I just wanted to fill you in on that little bit of information. But yeah, here is Lukaku's flashback official stats here, and 1 playstyle plus. Once again, we keep going on with the 1 playstyle plus cards, and it looks like that's just going to be the case until EA decide whenever they EA feel like we deserve to see 2 playstyle plus cards. And that was kind of what I was going to talk about and get into prior to this Haaland situation happening. But yeah, I think this is actually more of a problem than like the last week's SBC problem, which I think was not good, but it wasn't a huge problem. To me, having a ton of time going by with 1 playstyle plus cards potentially coming out, we have 2, that's kind of an issue. And stats look pretty good on him. You know, it's not a terrible card by any means, but it's just what happened to 2 playstyle pluses. Do we have any communication about that? No, we don't know who to talk to about these kinds of things with. If they said, hey, we want to slow the power curve down a little bit, you know, be aware until Team of the Year, those Winter Wildcard cards are going to be the only cards with 2 playstyle pluses. That would be cool communication to have, but then we would know more about the market, possibly make coins off of that as well-experienced traders would, and EA just needed a change of pants at the thought of traders getting coins and knowing more information about the market. They can't tell you things either, so we just get content. That's it. That's all we get. Like I said, I was going to be a bit whiny today, but I think today of all days, I think it deserves it a little bit. I'm sure you guys in the comment section are going to be ranting too, and you know what? That's what we're all here to do. And we deserve to, because the game we play is broken. Simple as that. And also, we got this flashback Benini leaked, who has technical plus and some okay stats at best, and that's your card. That's probably your daily content one of the days this week. You get a Benini, so look forward to that. And we also did get Sadio Mane official stats too, and he has rapid plus with some really nice stats in there. It's a moments card apparently. I don't know what will be going on with that, but once again, 1 playstyle plus obviously. Yeah, I mean, what do you think about the numero FUT problem now that we have 1 playstyle plus cards? I'm fine slowing down the power curve. I don't even really mind that. I just want communication. If we had communication sitting here and we weren't sitting here wondering, I wouldn't really mind that at all. I think that'd be okay. But like I said, EA don't have to, so they won't. It's really simple as that. Also, there was this little paragraph at the end of the EA tweet out article thing about this numero FUT promo. Enjoy a host of smaller squad releases, 1 for each number between 1 through 11, plus be on the lookout for number-themed EVOs, SBCs including moments and flashbacks, and flash rush events. So I don't know what they mean by a host of smaller squad releases. We might see some like different cards released in packs every day, of course, not in SBCs, but that might be something to look out for. Also, number-themed evolutions, apparently. Okay, but just wanted to show you this because there's a little more information in there about the promo coming up. And also, it might be 2 weeks, by the way, which, follow me on Twitter. No! And also, guys, we did get some gold cards. We talked about James's gold card in yesterday's video, but we also got De Gea's gold card. We got Quadrado back in the game, so some flashback Quadrado vibes would be pretty awesome. I want to show you guys this. There is some silvers, too. Some silvers and bronzes, like Juan Mata has made it in the game. I don't really know any of these other players, but there are some players added if you want to go look at them on FUTGG or something like that. Also, I saw a tweet. I'm not sure if it was 100% true or not, but apparently James, there's a rumor that James is terminating his Vallecano contract. So he comes in the game and quite literally days later, he probably won't be under contract. Now, I'm not sure if that was a rumor or not, so I want you to fact check me on that, but I thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, and also I was just scrolling through the Reddit today and I saw this too, that the World Tour England League upgrade does say FC24 on it, just because, you know, obviously it's a reused asset. 96.7% of his game is a reused asset. Yes, I'm going after petty shit today, and I think we all should. I think we all should today. If you want to talk about the market right now, actually, the 2 playstyle plus cards, they're rising up right now. Only cards that aren't are like Rolfo, right? Rolfo just had her price range updated. Some price ranges to get updated today, and Rolfo was at her min price for a while, and now she's not. But Vitinha was 110k, 185 now. I was looking at this other card too. Where was he? Yeah, Dalglish is not going up. I'm really surprised by this still, the Dalglish. Everyone has said he's very, very good in game. I'm pretty surprised only 200,000 coins, honestly. Maybe he's not very good. You guys can let me know, but I've seen most people say that have tried him, that he's very, very good. But yeah, the market, I mean, you kind of know what to expect. I don't think Team of the Year panic will happen at least for another 5, 6, 7 days, probably. I don't think you'll see much Team of the Year panic until probably later probably after this next weekend league, right? That'd be my guess. Okay, let's read some comments now from my second channel where we talked about the Erling Haaland incident. We've got Evil Surge DFS, who says, a huge issue is that since the pack was already out and the weight clearly changed, how can we be sure the posted odds for store packs that some people pay for doesn't also randomly change without notice? There's no way to know. There is just simply no way to know any of this stuff. You cannot trust anything now when you see things like this. How can you trust anything at all? Think about packs that you save, right? Anything with dynamic odds, which is literally every single pack that comes out, because theoretically pack weight shouldn't be dynamic. It should be like, hey, you have these odds when they release a pack and it stays that way, but we know that that's not how it works. So if the pack weight can change in a pack pack, which is all of them, then it could be randomly different at any point at all without your knowledge. That's what I said before about smaller promo cards. How often does this glitch happen with an 85 rated shitter and none of us know it because you expect to pack him? I don't know. Frankie Fit, I'm not angry I missed out on Haaland. I'm angry I missed out on 94 rated fodder. Oh, come on. I'm telling you, he's a beast, man. Maybe we got a little conspiracy about some EA employee adjusting the pack weight for their own benefit, right? Someone adjusting the pack weight for their own benefit. Ridiculous how that can be legal. I'll believe anything at this point. Fuck it. We had people, remember, don't forget, was it 21 or 20? I mean, it was a while ago. We had EA employees selling icons. There was like a month where EA employees literally sold icons to people. So maybe they are changing the pack weight for themselves. And Aiden, you're right. This is the exact question I had. Like, how does this only happen with high-end cards? And that is very odd to me. Very, very odd to me. And Quick Step, you've been cooking recently, actually. I feel like I've been reading a lot of your comments. Let's dress up a Dross promo with an error that makes everyone talk about the game. I mean, if you're going to be a person who believes in the theory that this was legit, I mean, sure, why not believe that? And also, Haaland, you got Netherlands. And yeah, David, I mean, you're right. If you were diligent, got it done early, oopsies, go fuck yourself. I don't know, guys. What do you all think about the situation? Have a great weekend. Thank you for being here. I love you all. See you soon. Peace.